Senator Onyonka.
Mr. Speaker, we have absolutely no interest in stopping my sister Gloria Orwoba discussing matters pertaining to what actually transpired over the Shakahola investigations. What I have a problem about, Mr. Speaker, is that the very essence of this House, the very word known as integrity, the ability for this House to be left with, to do its job without being blackmailed and without being put on the spot, whereby there are aspersions and allegations being laid out on this floor by my sister, where Honorable Chaerargei thinks, Mr. Speaker, that the reason why we went to Kilifi was to go and eat the way he normally likes to eat. Mr. Speaker, and my colleague, Mr. Chaerargei, we don't like eating as much as you eat. We went to Shakahola, and let me inform you, we went to get the information without having it on the Hansard, for the simple reason that what we want to get is information that was validating what we had already tabled in the Hansard. So I don't mislead my young sister to deal with non-issues. Let her deal with the issues of why we got Shakahola. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mungatana, what is your point of order?
Speaker, I just, I like to listen to debate, Mr. And it's not in my habit, actually, to intervene on points of orders, because I like to listen to debate and hear what people have to say. But, Mr. Speaker, did you hear the Honorable Chaerargei quoting Standing Order 93, 92, 98, 101, and none of those, Mr. Speaker, are relevant to what he's saying, Mr. Speaker. None of them. Mr. Speaker, it is not fair, it is actually not fair to stand up, take the time of this House, and talk about things that are not relevant. Mr. Speaker, earlier in the day, the Honorable Senator Sifuna had raised the question of frivolous point of orders, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, we are requesting that we who want to listen be allowed to listen, not interventions that are not adding any value. And Mr. Speaker, guide the young senator to stick to the issues. They should not try to go back to rulings that have been made in this House. Mr. Speaker, this is a House of order. If someone doesn't want to listen, they can go and make noise outside, not in the House.
Thank you. Senators, honorable senators, I have followed all the point of orders. I would like to start by first of all cautioning Senator Gloria Orwoba and refer you to Standing Order 101-2. That it shall be out of order to introduce an argument which has already been discussed in this House. So while making your submission, stay away from gray areas if you're not sure. Senator Chaerargei, I will refer you to Standing Order 120, irrelevant or repetition and quoting standing orders which were not relevant to your point of order. Well, you stated several standing orders. You should have stuck to the one which was particularly important to your point of order. So on that one, I will caution you. Senator Orwoba, please proceed with your submission.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand guided. Allow me.
And one more thing, Senator Orwoba.
Yes.
You did mention that you're still fairly new in understanding the standing orders. When a select committee is sent out, it is not necessary that it has to be recorded on Hansard or there have to be a secretariat. What is important is what is captured in the report. And that is why you're making your submissions now on the report.
Mr.
So
Speaker, I stand guided. And Mr. Speaker, for the record, kindly protect me. For the record, Mr. Speaker, let it be noted that all the standing orders that I mentioned, 197 to 228, guide us on matters business that is being connected under select committees. Mr. Speaker, I'm finding it very, very difficult each and every day when we come to give contributions, particularly as young women senators, that we keep on getting all this it's like, I've heard Senator Mungatana, Mr. Speaker, stand up and say, guide the young senator. You know, Mr. Speaker, some of this terminology and allusions of discriminating senators based on their gender, based on their age, Mr. Speaker, this culture must stop. Mr. Speaker, as I continue to give my submissions, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Orwoba.
I would like...
Senator Orwoba. Just a moment. Senator Orwoba, just to understand, do you have an issue with being called young by Senator Mungatana?
Mr. Speaker,
referred as a young person?
Mr. Speaker, it is the context with which the senators use it. It is demeaning. It is downgrading, Mr. Speaker, and we are tired. We are tired. We are tired. Mr. Speaker, allow me to continue with my submissions.
Senator Mungatana, what is your point of order?
Speaker, the Honorable Senator Orwoba, let me just say, the very, very Honorable Senator Orwoba actually said in her own submissions that we young senators who are novice, we are learning. Am I not in order, Mr. Speaker, to just say you are the young senator, having heard her say what she had referred herself to? Mr. Speaker, I think, Mr. Speaker, with due respect, I am pleading with the House, Mr. Speaker, if you have content, to let us hear the content. We actually sat here, and there are so many senators here who want to hear content. We don't want drama. We just want to hear content. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Senator Chaerargei, what is your point of order? It has been stopped.
Mr. Speaker, on your direction standing on the number 1, and of course number 98 is point of order is a right. Mr. Speaker, what I want to know, and everybody knows, under this standing order, there is nowhere that says young or old senator. It says the senator. So, Mr. Speaker, can I, Mr. Speaker, the context. Mr. Speaker, the context of saying the young senator, that context is wrong. It's like they're saying the woman senator or the old senator, Mr. Speaker. The standing order refers only to a senator. It does not say the young, old, or a woman, or a PWD senator. Mr. Speaker, let us follow the standing order.
Thank you.
And some of us will not be intimidated by shouts. I can tell you for free.
Honorable senators, if I may rule on this, the reference that Senator Mungatana made was directly picked up from your own comment, Senator Orwoba. No, Orwoba, when you were making your submissions, you did declare that you're a novice senator, young senator. Don't engage the chair, Orwoba, just listen. This, what happened was, I mean, the phrase young or youthful is a terminology of fact. You cannot walk away from it. Now, the thing is, honorable senators, we all know of the old adage that says, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Being youthful and young cannot only be used to your advantage. Parliamentarians also have the Young Parliamentarian Association, which I'm sure you also subscribe to. So the terminology of fact still remains that you're a member who's youthful and young, or a novice, as Senator Faki puts it. So don't take offense with that terminology. Please proceed and submit your...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm guided by the old senator. Mr. Speaker, I want to now stay away from the, as you said, I'm guided not to talk about whether or not it was against our standing orders. Mr. Speaker, I want to go ahead and say that perhaps my message is that we should continue to hold our standing orders high, Mr. Speaker, and to remember that even as we are sent out there, there are procedures, and we must follow them, Mr. Speaker, so that when we are tabling any report here, the report can actually be taken with the seriousness that it deserves, and that we might not be